Hey everybody, I'm Joey Lanier from the CE Shop. Today we'll be discussing what the US Census can tell us about real estate trends over the past 10 years. We'll also be taking a look at one of the most notorious scams in American history. It's October, the leaves are falling, and there's a spooky chill in the air. This is no trick. Treat yourself to a thrilling episode of This Month in Real Estate. First, here's a look at some market data from the past month. The Zillow Home Value Index was estimated at $303,288 at the end of August and is currently estimated around $307,000. The home value has increased by 17.7% over the past year and is expected to continue to rise. The current average 30-year fixed mortgage rate remains stable at 2.89% and is up 11 basis points from last week's average rate of 2.78%. Census data can be an incredibly powerful tool for real estate professionals seeking to better understand their communities and adapt to the market trends. So here's what you need to know. Americans are continuing to leave rural parts of the country for more densely populated areas. In 2020, 86% of people lived in metropolitan areas, 8% lived in micropolitan areas, and only 6% lived in rural areas. The largest population growth was in Texas, which saw an increase of nearly 4 million people, followed by Florida, California, Georgia, and Washington. Those 5 states alone accounted for nearly half of the country's population increase. The number of housing units across the country grew by only 6.7% from 2010 to 2020, about half the growth rate of the previous decade. In 2020, 9.7% of housing units were vacant, down from 11.4% in 2010. The vacancy rate is still slightly higher than in 2000, when it was 9%. To dive deeper into the data, check out our blog with key takeaways from the census for real estate professionals. The link is in the description below. Have you heard the term Swampland in Florida? It refers to con artists who misrepresent what they're selling. The phrase originates from one of the first and largest real estate scams in American history, enacted by Charles Ponzi himself. In 1925, Ponzi created the Sharp on Land Syndicate to sell so-called prime Florida property. In reality, he purchased 100 acres of swampland east of Jacksonville for $16 an acre, or about $250 an acre today. He then subdivided each acre into 23 plots and sold each plot for $10. Less than 6 months after founding his fraudulent property company, Ponzi was indicted for violating Florida's trust and securities law. He was found guilty and sentenced to a year of hard labor in the Florida State Prison. As it turns out, crime doesn't pay, at least not in the long run. For more stories of real estate scammers, check our blogs in the description below. Do you have a nightmarish story of a haunted house or a creepy listing that you had the misfortune of trying to sell? Well, we want to hear about it. We're collecting your spooky stories to share this Halloween season. Please submit your story using the link in the description below for your chance to be featured in our blog and podcast. For our students in Wisconsin, we have great news. We now offer all the continuing education you need to maintain your license. Visit theceshop.com/Wisconsin to enroll today. What Ponzi did was quite unethical. Don't follow in his footsteps. Complete your NAR ethics requirements with us before the 12/31/21 deadline. Click the link in the description below to discover if our innovative courses are accepted by your association. And finally, agents in Montana, your CE renewal is due 10/31. If you'd like to dig deeper into any of the topics we covered today, check out Agent Essentials, our extensive library of free resources including blogs, ebooks, and podcasts. The link is in the description below. If you want to be featured on our social media, tag us by using #TheCEShop and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things real estate. I'm Joey Lanier and that wraps up This Month in Real Estate.